Waxing is a fast and easy way to remove stubborn, unwanted hair, leaving your skin feeling soft, smooth, and hairless. From toenails to eyebrows, there's no area that our experienced guest cannot wax. And on today's episode, we help you get rid of that ingrown stubborn hair, leaving your skin feeling soft and beautiful. Welcome to the Skin Therapy Show. My name is Muthoni Mukiri Njoroge. I am so grateful to have the gracious and experienced skincare expert Alice Mungove, who's also a trained esthetician from Alisa Aesthetics. Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Hello.
Yeah, thank you.
How are you?
I'm good.
So briefly tell us about yourself and what you do.
In basic terms, I would say I'm an esthetician. I deal with skin therapy. Yeah.
So today we are focusing on waxing. So is it a passion or were you trained? Did you go through training?
For me, it was a passion. I started it by accident. I was done with college and I had nothing to do. But I knew how to remove my hair, which the one you do in the house, you're not trained, you're not done anything. So I started making wax at home and waxing myself. Of course, you burn yourself a few times. Then now I started now taking clients. It started by posting social media. At that time, Kilimani Moms was just coming up, so I started putting posts there. And for some weird reason, I think there was a gap for it. I just started getting customers. So that's how I started, and from then up to now.
Yeah. So how did you learn how to make wax at home? Where did you get that information?
That's YouTube. That's
the
YouTube.
University of YouTube. That's what we call it.
That's YouTube. You try, and you make. Of course, the years have gone by, and I've known how to perfect it. Yeah.
So you're self-trained.
Self-trained in waxing. When it
waxing.
comes to skincare, I'm a bit trained on that part.
So how many years ago was that?
That's some time back, like 7 years now. 6 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for anybody at home wondering, what is this wax hair removal? What is it?
Waxing, as in simple terms, it's hair removal using wax. Now you remove hairs, you yank the hairs from the follicle. That's why you end up destroying the hair follicle when you yank it. Now when the hair grows back, it grows back less coarse and also slower. Yes.
So what is wax? What is this wax you use?
It's a sticky substance. Yes, that sticks to the hair. When you apply it on the skin, it sticks to the hair. So when you remove it, then now it comes off with that hair. There are different types of waxes. Here we use sugar wax, natural wax. We also have the, I would say, hard wax or hot wax. Yeah, so there are different types of waxes.
Why do we need to wax? Because for some people, they use the razor and other things. Why do we need waxing?
You need waxing because razors are, for most people, are irritating, and especially for us black people. We have coarse hair, and when you cut it, when you're shaving, when it's growing back, it's going to probably irritate your skin. So that's why you need waxing. It's a very good hair removal procedure. Yeah.
To prevent irritation.
Yes, to prevent irritation. And of course, when the hair is growing back, it grows back slower. Waxing is something you do, let's say, once in a month, yeah, or after 2 weeks. Yes.
So which body parts do you usually wax?
We wax the whole body. The whole body. If someone comes in and they want neck all the way to the toes, that's what we do. Yes.
So armpits,
everything.
Genitalia.
Yes. That's our specialty.
Okay, so how common is waxing?
It's growing. I would say when I was starting out, it was a very small industry or practice, I can call it, but it's been growing now. More and more places are opening, and that time when I was starting, I wanted somewhere specifically that we could do waxing only. So there were not many. Most you'll find it's salons and they have waxing on the side, and most of the time it's just small. So I really wanted a place where I can personally get waxing, and it's just waxing alone, where someone knows what they are doing. So,
Who are your clients?
Women.
Women mostly.
Women mostly. I would say 99% women. For men, it's not something they usually do. I think
They don't wax as much?
No.
Why is that?
I think the pain tolerance is not as much.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Exactly. So as
Yeah.
women, how we're built, our tolerance is way, way higher compared to men.
All right.
Yes.
I usually hear also those men who wax, they're usually accompanied by their wives to supervise this too, yeah? What you're doing.
To a big percent, yes.
So you don't wax the wallet as well? Or you don't massage after? Do you massage after?
No, not really. We have the aftercares that we apply. Yes.
Okay.
So massaging not so much.
What's the difference between waxing and laser hair removal?
Now, laser hair removal is a bit permanent. When you
It's
do
permanent, like when you remove, that's it. You'll never grow hair
that
again
it
for as long as you
grow back.
live.
Yeah, but that, you see, that depends with the sessions you're going to do, the laser sessions. It goes by sessions. It's quite expensive. And also the experts for laser are not that many. But also there's the risk for cancer if it's not done right. In the country, I think there are a few places that do laser that are really good at it. But now waxing, the hair will come back after a month.
After 1 month?
After 1 month. Yes, it might be less than what you started with, but it comes back. You can't compare to laser. Laser is permanent, waxing isn't permanent.
So can we say the only reason people wax is to avoid irritation in the bumps after?
Not only.
Not only?
Yes. Most people wax, first of all, because the hair comes back after a month. You see, you can't compare with shaving. Shaving, after 3 days, the hair is already poking you, you're itchy.
You look like cactus.
Exactly. No one wants a cactus. So with waxing now, it comes back a little bit slower and a little bit less cost.
The people who might be wondering, is wax a medical procedure, waxing a medical procedure?
No, it's not. It's a beauty procedure. It's not medical at all. When you say medical now, you start saying something that is invasive, but laser is more or less a medical procedure because you have to be really trained to use the laser.
Let's talk about the pain that comes with waxing, because we see videos all over on social media and they freak you out. People screaming because of the pain.
If it's done right, it's painful. There's some level of pain to it, but it's not excruciating pain. It's there, but it's not so bad. Yeah.
So we know there are infections
Yeah.
that come with private part. We have yeast infections and other infections.
Yeah.
So if a client comes and they have one of those infections, what do you do? Do you tell them they should first go to hospital? How do you deal with that?
Now, you see, with waxing, that isn't really, it's not dependent on your yeast infection or infection, unless it's something that is really, really bad that the removing part of that hair is going to be affected. Then we don't bother with that. But let's
So
say
you
if you
just
have
ignore.
a problem, we will let you know you have this and this, maybe you should get it checked. Yeah, but it does not interfere.
But you don't
with
turn back
waxing.
money like by...
Why now? No. Money is money.
Okay. Which candidates qualify for waxing?
Everyone does. Honestly, everyone does.
From what age should one come for
I
waxing?
think the youngest we have had so far is around 12 years.
Why would you want to wax at 12-year-old?
Swimming. The young kids go for swimming, and
yeah.
in some cultures, the kids do grow hairs, like let's say the Indians, that their hairs grow faster than us. So if they're going swimming, they don't want that being seen. So their mothers bring them and they wax.
So you wax the legs everywhere?
Mostly it's not the legs for the kids.
Oh,
it's,
okay. No, I'm asking
and the
generally.
armpits, but generally, everywhere.
Toenails everywhere.
Everywhere.
Do pregnant women wax? Is it advisable to wax pregnant, especially the genitalia?
Yes. It's very advisable to wax. It's a bit, for a pregnant woman, you're a bit sensitive down there.
Yeah, it's a bit more painful.
It's, just a little
let me
bit.
speak on behalf of...
Just a little bit, not so much, but yes, you can wax. Your esthetician or waxologist can just be a little bit kinder on you, or gentler.
It's totally safe.
It's completely safe.
All right.
Yeah.
So now you will take us through the procedure of what waxing looks like,
Right.
and the aftercare after waxing, and what the procedure generally entails. So we will go to the other side so that Alice can show us what she does, and so we can learn a thing or two about the procedure. So we're inside the waxing room at this point, and the client is already here, but I don't want to spoil it. Alice here will take us through what is happening in the waxing, in the procedure, and everything. So Alice, where do we start?
So we're going to start by applying some powder.
Oh, which area are we waxing first?
We're waxing the armpits today.
All
So
right.
we're going to start by applying the powder, then we wax, then now apply the aftercare.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. So what is the powder for?
The powder is used to absorb any sweat or any moisture so that the wax can just grasp better.
So it's supposed to be dry.
Yeah, it's supposed to be dry, completely dry.
All right. The wax is usually supposed to be hot.
Warm.
Warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, warm. Okay.
Yeah, the one we use it when it's warm. There's also hot wax that is used to
Yeah.
a bit hot. Yeah.
So how safe is this procedure?
It's quite safe because we're using natural wax. Yeah.
All right.
It does not stick too much on the skin, because when the wax is too sticky now, you can even end up ripping someone's skin off. So the wax we use is a bit not too sticky.
Not too sticky.
Yes.
All right. And how long will this procedure take?
It takes about less than 10 minutes. Actually, yeah.
For the armpits?
Yeah, for the armpits. It's very quick. Yes.
The client is not even flinching. So do you do any numbing?
No, mostly we don't do any numbing because
Kavu kavu.
yeah, most numbing creams don't even work. So far, the ones that we've tasted, they don't work because the hairs are being pulled all the way inside your follicles.
Okay.
To get any anesthetic so deep into the skin, it's quite hard. So most of the time, we don't numb the skin.
All right.
Yeah. And it's quite painless, so you don't even need the numbing.
All right. So what do you have any feelings afterwards, like tingling, redness? Or?
You might have a little bit of tingling, but it goes away. Like maybe 10 minutes, 5 minutes, it will go away.
Okay.
Some people will experience some itching, let's say on the hands. You've done a full hand waxing. You might find some people who are like very sensitive skin, but it goes away.
All right.
Yeah.
Can one use deodorant after the procedure?
We advise you use a deodorant after 24 hours. Yes, to avoid any irritation from the chemicals in the deodorant. Yeah.
Is there any irritation from sweating after the procedure?
No irritation at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a procedure you can just even do during your lunch break, then go back to work.
Exactly. So many clients come in lunch break, they come wax very fast and go back to work as if nothing happened.
It doesn't actually look painful.
It doesn't. It's not painful.
Maybe.
at all.
Okay.
You'll feel a sting. It's actually just a sting.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. So for those people, you told us, for those people who've had hyperpigmentation due to shaving, how long does it take to recover from hyperpigmentation
Well,
when you start waxing?
hyperpigmentation is such a complex condition because now you have to check into what is causing that. It could be hormones, it could be a condition that you have, it could be something that you've used that has reacted to you. So waxing might not necessarily solve your hyperpigmentation unless the cause is waxing. Yes.
So maybe you can hear from the client. From a scale of 1 to 10, how much is the pain? How would you rate the pain? 3. Okay, 3 is not bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah. So only for you said for people with curly, coily hair.
Yeah.
Tundengu is usually.
Yeah, the tundengu you'll get irritated, but there's a solution for that.
Is a solution.
Yeah.
All right.
And you find even after you've waxed for a while, then dengu is now straightened.
Oh, they do.
Yes.
So it's usually
They
because
stop
they're
being-
usually too idle, so they just coil around.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you changamsha them, they're good to go.
Ah. Oh, we're done.
We're done.
Oh, that was fast. That was fast. Yeah. And she looks clean and yes, no hair.
So after that, we're going to apply now the aftercare. It could be a soothing lotion. Yes.
The treatment.
The treatment
Ah,
now.
all right. So does she take it home with her?
No, we use it here. We also package them. If you want to buy, you buy a package, you go home with.
All right. On that note, now we will go to the other side with Alice so we can talk about the after the procedure, the aftercare, and all other details. So see you on the other side. Welcome back to the Skin Therapy Show, and we are from the other side where we've seen our guest today here, Alice Mungove, doing her thing, waxing. That was interesting.
I know.
Yeah, and you do it so effortless.
Yeah, it's quite
Yeah.
easy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I also figured the client is, you know, is a commoner here, so
Yeah,
she's a regular
She's
here.
a regular, so the hairs are very easy to work with.
So how is it like for first timers? Screaming.
Some do scream, but not many.
Are there people who run out of here naked
Never.
because of
No.
freaking out?
No, not.
Okay, so what are the risks involved with this procedure?
Risks. No, for people with curly hair.
Oh, curly hair.
When
Very
I-
coily.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Tundengu.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes, dengue. Those they kind of get irritated, but with the proper care, home care and aftercare that we give them or we advise them to use at home, they're good. Yeah.
Amwezi chanua kwanza to like straighten the hair or is there anything you just wax when it's coiled like that?
No, you cannot comb it. But
Can't comb it.
No, you can't comb it. But aftercare, I would say aftercare works.
Aftercare.
Yes.
So you just wax it when it's coiled that like that.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Or
Alright.
another solution to that, they can scrub before coming for their session. They do just a sugar scrub at home. Then they come. That helps remove the hairs outside and just straighten them a little bit.
All right. Is there an age limit? Like, do you have an age limit for people who shouldn't wax?
No, there's no age limit.
Even
per
80
se.
years.
80, no.
Okay.
An 80-year-old will not wax per se, because rarely, as you age, the hair also gets very, very weak. So they barely even have hairs down there.
Yeah,
Not that
sure.
I've seen it, but I'm just assuming they don't have it. They don't need to wax. Yeah.
How can I permanently stop growing hair around the private parts or armpits?
Laser.
Is there that laser?
Laser. Yes, you can laser it out. Yeah.
So you said it also includes men, like the waxing.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. On average, how many men do you get in a month?
Quite a few. Men are not. I've not picked up the practice yet. Yes.
Not as much.
Not as much. Very few, I would say. Yeah.
So they prefer the razor,
Men just do the razor.
or they just walk around.
Yeah, which
full
is
of
okay.
hair?
Which is okay. If they shave, they're good to go. Yes.
Okay. Is it safe for people with lifestyle conditions or underlying conditions like diabetes, lifestyle, you know?
No, not per se. The only condition that we can say can be limiting a little bit if someone who's using like blood thinners, something like that, it wouldn't be advisable for you to be waxing. Or you have severe skin issues like say severe eczema or something like that. Waxing is not something that we would advise. To advise just go laser it out.
If you have eczema.
Yeah.
All right. So does it vary effects for people, maybe oily skin, dry skin? Does it make a difference on
No,
the
not at
skin
all.
type, depending on the skin type?
Not at all. Whichever skin you are, you're good to go. Yeah.
So there are people who say, apparently you said waxing is good because it doesn't irritate the skin afterwards, but there are people who still get irritated after waxing. Why is that?
Yeah, as I said before, if your hair is a bit coarse, you might get irritation. You might also get irritation from the wax that that is being used on you. Not because the wax is bad, but normal allergies that people have. Yeah, you can get irritated. That's why we advise for home care, aftercare, to use at home.
What is that home care, aftercare?
There's so many. You can scrub. We usually have, let's say, sugar scrub down there, an organic sugar scrub. We also have now the aftercare products that are sold separately, or you use something like aloe vera, tea tree. Those are really good for skin irritations after waxing.
So like that's what we've seen you do, like the treatment and all. Can that be done at home?
Yeah,
The
it can be
treatments
done.
you've done here?
Yes, they can be done at home. What we use is an ingrown inhibitor that we apply on the client just to make sure they don't get a lot of irritations after.
Yeah. Where do I really have to wax, Alice? Where
That's a
should I
really
wax?
good question. It's a question we get from people when you're trying to sell the waxing idea to them. Like, why am I even waxing? This thing is so painful, or I don't like it. But now waxing is so good. When you start waxing, you actually get really addicted to the waxing, because the after feel that you get after you wax, the smoothness that you have, let's say, next 2 weeks, it's actually really good. But now, what the catch with waxing is now the fact that your hairs are growing slower. You don't have to worry about 2-3 days your hairs are back. With waxing, you have the timeline of at least a month. You don't have to worry about hairs. That's the beauty about waxing.
So you have a task of convincing people who have a fetish for hair. You know, there's a fetish for long hair.
Oh my goodness, that I don't even know how you convince them, because they love their hair, so you let them have their hairs. Yeah.
What's the price range for waxing? How much do I need to have to come and wax?
It depends. Now, do you want to wax your armpits? Do you want to wax your Brazilian area? Do you want your whole body wax? The price varies. Yeah. But let's say for underarms, just if you have a 500 bob, you're good to go.
Oh, 500?
Yeah.
Ah, that's affordable.
Very affordable.
Then now
actually.
for the next 3 weeks, you're good to go.
For the armpits, you have to come twice.
Or twice a month?
Yeah, twice a month.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Because they grow a little bit faster on the armpits.
So you also do the mustache, the beard?
Yes,
all
yes,
those
yes,
things.
yes, yes. And women do suffer from hormonal issues, and you find that even women now have beards and a lot of hairs on their face, so we do remove that.
So you remove hair
Yes.
on women? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
All right.
And it's
common is
actually
that?
kinder to the face other than shaving, because you find as a woman, you find if you're shaving it, you have the bumps men usually have sometimes on the face, which is not really good for a woman.
Yeah. So how common is beard when it comes to women? Facial hair?
I'll say 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10. I think hormonal issues are also growing and getting a little bit severe for women. I think it's lifestyle change, I guess.
All right. So which age does most waxing?
I would say between 20 to 40. The in between now, the mid 20s and the mid 30s do a lot of wax. Yeah, that's basically our client.
Why is that? Because they are sexually active?
Yeah, maybe, but I don't know.
Probably.
Highly likely.
Oh,
yes.
because they're dating.
And also they can afford it.
Oh, they can afford it.
They can afford it, because if you're younger than that, probably you're still depending on your parents.
Yes.
And if they cannot afford that extra, because it's a beauty procedure, it's not necessary, then your parents might not pay for you. But immediately you start earning a little bit of money, then you can do it for yourself.
All right, Alice, what are your final thoughts on this topic, on waxing?
I think people are still growing to it. Pole pole, it's growing. When we started, it was like a taboo. People didn't want to do it at all. Don't talk about it. But right now, it's something that is growing. You can see more shops are coming up. So I hope that more people are going to embrace waxing as Africans, because it has always been seen as like it's a white kind of service to do. So my parting shot will be like, let's embrace waxing. It's
Let's
really
embrace
good.
waxing.
Yes,
Waxing
it's
hair
really good.
removal. Alice, where can we find you and what's your contact information?
We are found on Old Mutual Building, 3rd floor, room 330. That's Kimathi Street, and also in Kilimani, LEC Plaza, 4th floor.
So thank you so much, guys, and please wax your hair. Wax your body parts. You have no reason to walk around with unnecessary hair on your body. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for engaging with us on our different social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, on Instagram, under The Skin Therapy Show. You can also engage me on my personal social media, Muthoni Mukiri. Till next time, bye-bye. Have a drink.